The Saskatchewan Roughriders are 2.5-point favorites over the Winnipeg Blue Bombers for their annual Labor Day Classic, where they are 4-3 in the annual rivalry game dating back to 2016. The Riders are on a 5-game winless skid, while the Blue Bombers have won 3 straight, including last week's late-game heroics from Zach Collaros and Kenny Lawler on a last-minute touchdown against Hamilton. Can the Blue Bombers get the upset in hostile territory, or will the Riders take care of business in front of a sold-out crowd at Mosaic Stadium?
I expect this to be a low-scoring affair between two extremely talented defenses. We saw how Trevor Harris struggled last week. It's not going to get any easier against that Winnipeg Blue Bombers secondary that may be the best in the league. And the Winnipeg offense hasn't been much to shake a fist at either with Zach Collaros' struggles this season, and they're going up against a pretty talented group coached by Corey Mace out there in Saskatchewan. But what it comes down to it for me is in those types of grounded out games, the Blue Bombers have Brady Oliveira. And I think he's going to go into hostile territory. I think the Bombers are going to be able to run the ball in a tight game. And I think they are going to get the upset victory here over their rivals and rocket up the standings.
Yeah, Brady Oliveira, I think just given how insane his numbers were last year, he's kind of under the radar right now. Like, he's leading the CFL in rushing yards by almost 100. He's got 809 yards through Labor Day, on pace for close to 1,200, depending on what happens. But I'm taking the Riders here. I think the Bombers should have won the first matchup between these two teams at Mosaic Stadium. They lost, I think it was 3 fumbles in that game, including a really costly one, Jameer Thurman stripping Nick Dembski of the football late game deep in Saskatchewan territory. But I simply can't trust Zach Collaros at the moment. He was great when it mattered most last week. He was awful up until that point, throwing 3 interceptions, 2 of which were blatantly his fault. I long ago was taught you'd never pick against Saskatchewan on Labor Day. Yes, they're only 4-3 in this game, dating back to 2016, but they won the 11 Labor Day Classics in a row leading up to that one. I think that Winnipeg is going to win the Banjo Bowl and cover whatever that spread is a week from now. But for right now, I'm happy to get the Riders only minus 2.5 points. You only need a Brett Lother field goal to get the cover here for the Saskatchewan Roughriders on Labor Day. I'm happy to roll with the club, and I'm happy to be covering this game in person. Should be a great one, a great atmosphere at a sold-out Mosaic Stadium.